right. Well, welcome, 2 nerds and an actor. Cold open. Just bam. Okay, get used to it. I got my Nerd-rators. Okay, there's like points if you actually know what that's from.
Wait, there's a point system?
Yeah. There's
a
points.
rubric.
If you know, Nerd-rator.
Oh, Frederator.
Frederator.
Well, France is married to, so...
Frederator, it's the thing after which show?
It's the production company that
Yeah.
did like Fairly Odd Parents and...
Yeah, and this is the little
Adventure
robot, and it goes
Time.
Frederator.
Yeah, keep naming shit I never watched.
Adventure
Oh,
Time.
that doesn't do Adventure
Yeah,
Time.
they don't do Adventure Time.
I never
Not
seen
the
a
good
Frederator.
Because
episodes.
we watched the shit on the fucking Fire Stick all the time.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Shh, no, what do you mean?
I legally watch all my shows.
Man, I
We
hack
go to
it.
Comic-Con and we give these people money out the butt. So, yeah.
Give him a buttload. Okay, well, I got my Nerd-rators. Mike Santana.
I hack into Oo's mainframe
Ooh.
with a candy cane.
Bars.
And France Jerome.
Not so childish Gambino.
Oh, adult Gambino?
Over here.
Oh, no.
Where does his name come from?
Wu-Tang
Oh,
name generator.
shut up. I need to do that. I should have done that.
I'm convinced at this point he got like the best name out of it
He did.
that matches him.
Yeah, that's real.
I don't think anyone that's a one-time thing. That's a spider bite.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's true. Well, today we have a really great show for you.
Really great show.
Really great show.
Really great show.
At first we started off with like nothing to talk about, and now we have like a million things to talk about. So I'm really excited. We're gonna do some news about Donald Glover, some Jake Gyllenhaal info. We're gonna talk about Ocean's 8 because I had the pleasure of going to the press conference, so that was fun. We're going to talk a little bit Westworld, Atlanta, and then, some more stuff about the Han Solo movie coming up. So,
And Deadpool.
oh yeah, and Deadpool.
Yeah.
So, stick through to the end, guys. It's fun.
There'll be a quiz with points, apparently.
Yeah, to Gryffindor.
What?
10 points to Gryffindor,
No, yeah, I know.
They
yeah.
had that point system that disappeared.
No, Slytherin did.
I'm just saying there was a point system.
Your boy would be like, oh, Slytherin, 100 points. But since y'all some trifling bitches, I'm taking them away and giving them a Gryffindor. I'd be like, aw.
I mean, yeah.
The one good Slytherin kid is like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, the one who follows the rules.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Like the one non-evil one.
Yeah.
It's just like, shit.
He's like, the sorting hat put me here. I
Yeah.
don't know. All right.
That's
So,
Crazy Town.
maybe we'll get breaking news. All right, right. Let's start off with this Jake Gyllenhaal. Okay. Are you excited about Jake Gyllenhaal playing a villain in Spider-Man 2?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Specifically, he's going to be playing Mysterio. And Mysterio is kind of a creep dude. So if Jake brings his Nightcrawler vibe
oh man, that movie was
to
crazy.
this, then it'll be great.
Okay.
Legit, it's really good to have an actor of that caliber to be a part of this. Like he can bring the same gravitas, although maybe not the same experience as Michael Keaton did, but that same kind of acting caliber. That would be nuts.
And Michael Keaton's going to be back too, they said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's going to get out on good behavior or
I don't know if he
something?
gets out, but
but-
maybe stuff in jail happens, more connections with Sinister Six type setup
okay.
things. I don't know.
Because what's his name is in there. The guy who was like, oh, word around the streets, like, his name. That's supposed to be
Scorpion.
Scorpion, yeah.
You know how we know he's a scorpion?
Because he's got, like, tattoos.
Of a scorpion on his neck.
It was pretty
Yeah.
obvious. But, okay, you know what? I'll get into it later. When we get to talk about post-Infinity War movie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into it. But, okay, I mean, I'll be honest. I'm never excited about Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't know.
Are you talking about Prince of Persia was godlike?
Oh my God, I
it was
forgot
not.
about that.
No,
He
it was
was a
not.
Prince of Persia.
The movie was
It
about
was.
the thing you wish you could do before you went to go see it. So yeah, you wish you could not be there. Rewind time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but interesting. Like, you guys remember like when Toby didn't want to do or was like in contract disputes
For what?
for Spider-Man.
for Spider-Man? Yeah, the name they
What?
were dangling out there to play Spider-Man was Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, so like now Jake is gonna be in a Spider-Man movie, and remember Donald Glover was the whole Donald for Spider-Man shit. He's
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
I remember that.
I don't know. It's just like
Okay.
they're making peace with all these old rumors.
Or are they being petty?
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty was rumored to play Vulture, and then no, he wasn't.
I
I'm
was
kidding.
like, that makes
You know how many
Kidding.
free falling jokes? That's not even okay, man.
Wait, what?
You made mad free falling jokes by accident just now.
I don't even know who Tom Petty is.
Free.
Isn't he a NASCAR driver?
No.
Oh,
Tom
that's
Petty.
Dick Petty.
Dick.
Richard
okay.
Petty. That's Richard Petty.
Mm.
Right. Okay.
All right. So next on the news thing,
Old
we're talking
Dick
about all these
Petty.
people being casted in things. We got Donald Glover being casted.
Well, they're
in-
talking about it.
Talking about it. Sorry, rumors that Donald Glover would be a villain in the next Black Panther,
Yes.
which I am confused about.
Pourquoi?
I just don't understand how that works.
How what works?
How Donald Glover would be a villain in Black Panther 2? Because you're saying like he's gonna be, what's his name in Spider-Man? Prowler. So would he be Prowler in Spider-Man and then also in Black Panther?
I mean, it's Spider-Man in Civil War and in Infinity War?
Yeah, but like that. But I mean, does
think
that work
yes.
for like villains?
Yeah,
Yes.
they could make it
Actually, that
Like we've never
grounds-
seen that happen with a villain.
That's what makes it cool.
work. Yeah.
Okay.
It's never happened. It'd
The
be
only
great.
one that has happened is like Thanos.
All right.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
And did it not link together the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Donald is
he
an
didn't-
anagram of Thanos.
Woo.
Damn. But I mean,
It's not.
It's not.
But
I mean, like philosophically.
yeah. Well, wait. Which Donald we talking about now?
Whoa.
Oh snap!
But I mean, I guess for Thanos, it was like end credits. Thanos is in like every movie basically.
Yeah.
But like, it wasn't like there's a full Spider-Man movie where this villain is a villain, and then there's a full Black Panther movie where this villain is also the villain. Wouldn't that be kind of weird for like audiences? You're like, oh, I seen this guy.
Well, no. In Spider-Man, if he's Miles Morales' uncle,
Right.
and
Which
then had
he is.
which he is, and he played it. Had an very empathetic turn in Homecoming. He was actually grounded, pretty down to earth.
His ice cream melted.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know. That's
He
messed
likes
up.
bread on his sandwich. He was like, he really just wanted. He's just like he's out to make his money. He's not trying to hurt anyone, and it's the perfect opening for a Black Panther where now they're about to share their resources with the world. He's gonna be like, yeah, I want more.
So like, do you think he would be the main villain in Spider-Man, or would he be like, you know how like there's a villain, there's a main villain, there's like that antecedent like villain, like that other one. Do you think he would be like the secondary villain, but he would be more prominent in Black Panther?
I don't know. Like it's really not clear how. Like we don't know how old Miles is. I mean, for all we know, Miles is 3 years old. You know what I mean?
It's true. We don't know what timeline.
We have no idea, but we know this: he ain't gonna be the Claw of Black Panther 2.
Yeah, no.
He's making it out
Claw's not gonna be in Black
because he
Panther
still
2.
has a lot of role to play in that other narrative that they'll eventually, weave in or bring in.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, I would bring this up though. Like, are you guys concerned at all that it's gonna be another black villain, like another villain of color again?
I thought about that as soon as we talked about it being rumored. I was like, oh, okay. It's just gonna be like a black thing.
Yeah, like is Black Panther just gonna be
It's gonna
taking
be
out
like
all
a
the
black-
black villains?
Well,
Baramoto, you next.
Killmonger wasn't a villain. he was a parallel philosophy that had impact.
But you know what I
the
mean?
hero.
Because you even brought that up like as a
I was
concern.
like, Claw ended up being the like he just was bad, as opposed to
no, I know, but,
in the movie,
but
not
I just
comics really.
the perception of a lot of people might be,
But black on black crime.
Yeah,
Like with the Charlie the Killmonger, no.
Yeah, like
Okay.
yes, that's literally what I'm talking about.
Copy.
That might be the perception of a lot of people.
I don't know. I would be worried about it if Killmonger and versus T'Challa wasn't handled so well by Ryan Coogler as a almost entirely philosophical, like an ideological like event, and I don't know if you could do that twice. I was like,
yeah,
right.
I don't think you could do it twice.
No,
it would just be something else.
I don't think you need to, because I mean, Killmonger's, his campaign really did lead to change. It really did change Wakanda, T'Challa in particular, his views on what they should be doing, their responsibilities to the rest of the world.
And it uncovered a lot for him in like the past of his family. He was like, oh wow, like
I would be concerned if like Black Panther 2 weaved in, to tie in Marvel Universe stuff, if like Baron Mordo was after Vibranium to enhance his magical abilities, because Vibranium has that property in the comics, and then they're 3 for 3 black villains. You know what I'm saying? Like then I would be like, come on, like
too much.
Yeah, like come on. Cottonmouth shows up and shit, like playing piano.
I'm trying to think about it too, like what
Vibranium keys.
What would make Donald Glover's character like need to come to Wakanda or make him a villain? But I thought like they open their doors to the world, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're like, this is what we do. Look at our vibranium trains. Look at all the vibranium. Look what vibranium can do. So there's got to be some element where they're like, yes, we will help you, but we're not going to be like giving you all this stuff. We're not going to talk about it. So he might be like, yeah,
but that kind of plot writes itself, because Prowler he's Prowler. He prowls. He is a cat burglar.
But that's what I'm saying. It would work if that's what they.
That's a way. I mean, but the idea is that, they're Wakanda, or at least at the end of Black Panther 1, they're expanding. They're making like little like centers maybe, and maybe that's how he interacts with Black Panther. Not necessarily that he goes to Wakanda.
Right.
Yeah.
He's stealing from the center.
Or maybe their New York branch, because he's in New York.
Oh, right.
So maybe something like that.
Or he spends the summer in the West Coast,
Right.
Just
I mean, it'd be badass as fuck if he does infiltrate and steal and whatever, but we'll see.
Or he gets hired to run this center, and it's like, whoop, I'm gonna run shit through this.
He's a badass engineer too in the comics, so I was like, there could be a whole Wakandan exchange thing where he's like, I know things.
Cool. Well, whatever they end up doing, I hope it goes through, because people are always like, this is rumored, and then just kidding, this isn't happening, but. It sounds exciting.
Donald's getting a lot of cool fucking roles.
He is. At this point, he sits at home and gets calls.
Oh, yeah.
He's not like, I really want to do this thing. All right. So next up is Ocean's 8. I got to go to the press conference. Oh. Shout out to Black Nerd Problems for giving me all these opportunities. Love y'all.
We love them.
But yeah, it was really awesome.
We love Black Nerd Problems, not like the opportunities. Okay.
Not like the actual problems.
There we go.
Black Nerd.
No, not those either. Well, you know what? Forget it. Shout out to Will and Jordan and them.
And all them people. Nicole.
And
them. Yeah, so basically I really feel like the studio was just really trying to butter us all up. They're like, what do you need? Because we went to this fancy-ass hotel, and we saw the movie. We had popcorn and candy and glass bottles of Evian. And then the next day, we had breakfast, and they literally, they went like Italian leather shuttle to the Met. I was like, yo, I passed the Met on the train to this hotel. But, yeah, like, I really think it was like, they really wanted us to give good reviews, and it was like,
well, yeah.
I mean, they have the money for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they want y'all to feel good about the movie they hope you think is good.
Yeah, but it was great, and the cast is really amazing. Like, everybody was at the press conference except for Rihanna and Helena I can't say her.
Bellatrix.
Helena and Bellatrix. She wasn't there.
Lestrange.
Kate Blanchett is hilarious. She was making jokes like the whole time.
Is she hella funny?
She's hella funny. Like, at one point, Mindy Kaling was talking about how she had to speak Hindi, and she was like, and I posted this, like, she's like, everyone I think just assumes that I speak Hindi, but I don't. She's like, so that was really hard. And then Kate Blanchett goes, oh, I'm fluent.
but is she though?
No.
Oh, okay.
And it was so funny because Minnie was like, oh yeah, of course Kate would be fluent in Hindi. But yeah, it was really fun. The movie it's really good. I'm not allowed to say anything about it, but it was very enjoyable. It's captivating, and not in the sense of like, oh my God, like, I don't know how to describe it. Everything I say makes it sound like it's good and bad at the same time because I can't say certain things.
So say nothing. No spoilers.
There's no spoiler in this.
For Ocean's 8.
For Ocean's 8.
There will be spoilers for other things.
Definitely spoilers.
On this podcast.
And the other things. But yeah, so I do suggest everyone go see it. June 8th.
If people want to see a clip of what you experienced at the Met, what's your Instagram?
Follow me at AishaJ28. That's my handle.
On Instagram.
You know what I realized too? I was like giving out my business card and I was like, oh man, my handle is literally the first part of my email address.
Yeah.
Super easy. Everyone's like, that's easy.
That's easy for the people that are going to be following you.
You better follow me, you 7 people. But I'll say this last thing
if
about...
they're here, they're already following you, I think.
Oh, I hope so.
I think.
I'll say this last thing about the press conference that I found really... not hilarious. It was really great. We all were sitting, like, they shuttled us back to this fancy-ass hotel for lunch. And I'm sitting there, and everyone's, like, quiet. This is a world press conference. So there were people there from Spain, Argentina, Chile. Like, all these countries were there. And these people, like, speaking Spanish at the table, which was cool because I kind of understood most of what they were saying. It was fun. But everybody else who didn't speak Spanish was like sitting there quiet. And then it gets quiet. And this one girl critic is like, oh, thank God that movie was good. And we were like, oh, yes.
She traveled from so far? Or?
No, she was just like, I was so worried it was going to suck.
Oh.
Because it's true. Like, all these things that are coming out that are like, all women this, all women that. And like I said in the last one, like, sometimes they suck. But people really didn't want this one to be the one to suck.
They were rooting for it to be good.
Exactly. And I was like,
why not?
When you think about it,
people like the Ocean series.
Exactly. They put together Sandra Bullock and Kate Blanchett and the movie would suck. I would be like, what the fuck? Who did this?
Yeah.
Wasted opportunity.
Yeah. But they got a lot of heavy hitters for this movie.
It's ridiculous.
A lot of likable actors.
Yeah. The only dumb question that I heard, and I was like, the moderator had already brought it up. This guy was like, oh, Sarah Paulson, like, most of the times they always see you being tortured. Was this, like, a good change for you? She was like, yeah, I had fun playing, because she plays, like, a mom.
Sarah Paulson not tortured in Ocean's 8 confirmed.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
She's not a tortured, trapped ghost in a hotel.
So she doesn't have 2 heads.
She doesn't have 2 heads.
Oh, man.
That must have been, like, really hard for her to do. You think about, like, she always has to be, like, talking to herself, and then, like, talking to herself, and then, like, talking to herself.
And then talking to herself, yeah.
It'd be difficult for an actor of a lesser caliber.
Yeah, she's dope.
Ooh, that's head.
Also, like, Anne Hathaway looked like she was going to cry the whole time, and then I was telling France, I think that's just her face.
Yeah.
Like, she looks...
She's taking it all in. She's just taking it all in.
Yeah, it looks like her eyes are always trembling, and I'm like, oh no, that's just how you are.
She's a princess.
Yeah.
So she's just taking it all in.
The director said that. He's like, I felt like the movie showed us, like, we don't all have to be princesses. And she was like, hey.
How fucking dare you?
I am a princess. All right, so, yeah, go see it. It's awesome. June 8th. I'm going to put something out by June 5th, so read that quote, too. I might get a chance to interview Aquafina. She's fucking hilarious as well. I just want everyone to know that.
Oh. All
right, so next on the list is something that actually depresses the shit out of me. And they're making a new Thundercats. And this is not rumored. This is happening.
Oh, it's coming.
It's happening.
And it's like, Thundercats, go! Sorry, I really wanted to say that.
No, it is like Thundercats go.
It
is.
Oh, my God.
They're taking Thundercats and they're Teen Titan going them.
It's so awful for my childhood that they would do such a thing. Is this Cartoon Network?
Yeah.
Yup.
See? They're doing exactly what I said they were going to do.
Well, to be really clear, and for history, they did the same thing to Ben 10. They made a Ben 10 Go version of that.
Did.
Then there was Teen Titans. They did that. They already had a Thundercats that they a reboot retelling of Thundercats that looked amazing that no one watched.
That was on Cartoon Network?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
I think that's how this came to pass. They came into the rights that way. And then there's another show that they did the same treatment to, where they gave another cartoon some terrible treatment. And now, Powerpuff Girls, damn it.
Oh my God.
And now we're here.
My poor Powerpuff Girls.
With the man bun artisanal mayonnaise destruction, possibly, of Thundercats.
No, I'm sure it is. Because you were watching a little clip, right? And I was listening in, and the guy was like, oh, we wouldn't just want to be like the Thundercats thing. We want to make sure there's lots of adventure and like explosions and like all the action, and then also like the funny stuff. And I was like, exactly what Teen Titans Go is. It's like they make all these really weird, ridiculous nonsense jokes, and then they go fight some villains like you have no idea who they are, and then things explode, and they're like, ha 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 ha. Remember that joke earlier? And you're like, what the fuck just happened to my face?
Yeah, that formula is like it's funny. The other day, a former student of mine posted on Facebook, like, I think they wrote something like, "Would y'all hate me if I said I like Teen Titans Go?" or some shit.
And you were like, yes.
No, I was honestly like, no, I won't hate you if you enjoy it.
Right.
But I'm pissed because like I prefer the Teen Titans formula they had going before.
Yeah.
But at least we have like Young Justice to like, satiate that a little bit.
Not Young Justice Go.
What?
Yeah. Not Young Justice Go. But yeah, and the scary part is that, so the same team that gave us the brilliance that became Young Justice, so dope that the fans got it back up.
Yeah.
Right.
Off people power alone, is the same team that remounted Voltron on Netflix.
Oh, yeah,
and that is godlike storytelling, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it has the comedy in it. It did everything that it said it could do. It was like watching Korra as with Voltron.
So you're telling me that they have the capability and they just won't?
Well, I mean, the person who picked it up is the one who's doing it. There's the man bun guy.
Who did Voltron too?
No. That's Joaquin dos Santos and I forgot her name. I'm gonna be really upset about this later. I'll IMDb it in a second. But like, oh no, it's damn it. Someone else talk. Mike, go.
Mike, go.
That would be a hilarious
Darkslim,
show.
Go. No.
Oh my God. We'll watch that though.
That,
like a little animated Mike, like running around.
I will watch Darkslim Go on Instagram.
Oh my God! I think it needs to be on Adult Swim though.
You're part. See, listen, you're part of the problem. Like you can't like the goes, but like my answer to him was, look, I'm not mad at you, but I can't help but wish that we had space for both types of storytelling. Agreed. The thing is, with all these cartoons, they always put the excuse that they gotta sell merch. Like
nobody's buying your merch.
Toys R Us just went bankrupt.
No, I mean, but when
FAO Schwartz is an Apple store now.
Yeah, it is. That's crazy. But that's how these cartoons make their money. They don't make it any other way. It's with
with toys.
Yeah, it's with licensing and merch.
Yes. But what, like T-shirts?
Whatever the fuck, whatever. Yeah, fucking fleshlights. I don't know. Yes. That's how they fucking make their money. Like, is with license.
Princess Allura, though?
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Oh, my God. See? Darkslim Go.
Wait, I didn't say that. I didn't give a character's name.
What? Is this your theme song?
That's definitely Teen Titans OG.
Can we name the episode Darkslim Go?
Wow.
Sold.
With the exclamation point.
Wow.
This is dedicated to Darkslim. Like, he has his own microphone now, so this is better.
I'm nodding.
He's nodding.
Oh, yes. My bad. Her name was Lauren Montgomery.
Okay.
And Lauren Montgomery and Joaquin Dos Santos are responsible for like all of the epic fights that happened in some of them from all the way from Avatar: The Last Airbender through to Korra and into Voltron. And it's just the godlike animation and ideas and how to move bodies across screens and make really intense drama happen with action and still convey narrative, which I would have loved to have seen done in a Thundercats. There's so much dope stuff there with Thundercats. This is a travesty.
Yeah.
You're gonna see Mum-Ra with hair curlers and his fucking in his mummy wraps in his head. I predict that.
If you haven't seen the little beginning, like they show you the beginning credits, go watch that and just go cry in your room.
He's gonna come out of the coffin, the sarcophagus, with like slippers on and shit.
Yeah, it's real.
Yawning. He's gonna yawn.
It's literally what it's gonna be.
Yeah, he's gonna they're not gonna keep that whole opening monologue for him to transform either, which was awesome.
Oh, come on. They probably won't. You're right.
They're not gonna keep any of that shit.
But like, they're doing a C.R.E.A.M show too. Is it a show or is it a movie?
But who's doing that?
Is it a show or a movie?
What?
The C.R.E.A thing.
It'll be a series.
It's a series.
It'll be animated series on Netflix, akin to Voltron, I imagine.
So not C.R.E.A. Go.
Right, not C.R.E.A. Go.
They better do
and
that
if they
right.
do ever like redo like the fucking Master of the Universe or whatever, I hope they don't give it the Go treatment. Like, I don't want it to be the 80s fucking muscle bound shit it was, but because that was brainless.
I just feel like if you're gonna do like, we don't have to do a bunch of remakes. You can make a new cartoon that people will want to watch.
Do you have any ideas for new cartoons that people are gonna watch and buy merch for? Because
I mean, I don't.
That's what they're looking for.
Other people, let's be smarter. Anyway, talking about smarter, or I don't know, maybe smarter. Westworld so far.
That's as smart as you get. That's as smart as you get.
It is pretty smart. But okay, before we get into just like, how have we felt throughout the season?
Spoil fucking A's.
Oh yeah.
Spoil A's.
Spoil Stop listening now if you haven't been watching Westworld.
Ruffin, stop listening.
Oh dang, catch up, man.
Boy.
So there was an episode that happened that everybody swore is the best episode to ever be made. Like, I was at work and everyone's like, did you see that last episode? Oh my God. And I'm like, I haven't seen it. Like, y'all don't spoil it. And they're talking around it like, oh my God. And then I didn't know that was her. People thought it was this. And and I was like, holy shit, there's like some serious twist that's going to happen. And I'll be very honest. That was a regular ass episode for me.
You're talking about Riddle of the Sphinx.
Yeah, it was a good episode. Yes. But was it the best episode I'd ever seen? No. One, I guessed the ending at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what made it so good, because like the guy in that box, the one that they were trying to transform his like consciousness into the other, into the host.
Look, it was a very popular theory that people had that's what Delos was working on, trying to basically make hosts with human consciousness transferred over to them.
It's kind of like so people could like never die, basically.
Right. So that was a popular theory, but I think it's like the way that they told that story, from the music choices to how they set up the loops that he was in.
Yeah.
And then the two scenes with Will, and then the three scenes with Will visiting him.
Visiting
the way they handled that. Passing. Yeah, I thought that the way that they did it was very well done. And then bringing back Elsie, who's a fan favorite.
Oh yeah.
And
she was a fan favorite.
Oh yeah.
She was such a jerk, but it was
Elsie
fine.
was a huge fan favorite. That's why they put the little Easter eggs that she, the on the website and stuff, that she was her signal, or shit like that. People liked Elsie and they were wondering if she's okay, and at least she is okay for a while. We don't know what happens once Delos gets to home base, because we're still we have yet to see her in the present day events on the show.
Yeah.
But it was cool how they brought her back. She helps Bernard, and and we really don't know what the fuck Bernard was there in that secret lab.
Right.
Making.
Yeah.
Like he made one of those control units,
Yeah.
human consciousness ones, but of who?
Right.
And for what? You know, we don't know.
And I feel like it is so interesting watching him go through this season. I feel like he's the constant in this whole season.
Yeah.
Like everything that's been happening, he's like at the crux of it all. Because then you always have to remember that he's programmed too.
Right. And we're watching. I feel like we're experiencing everything through him.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about it is that even though they're playing with time again this season, because he's like our anchor, or like at the crux, like you're saying,
he's the key,
and he's not really sure when shit is taking place.
Yeah, is this now?
That tension is pretty cool.
We're unmoored as viewers now, so we're trying to follow. We can't follow crap. We have to let them tell us where we are at this given point in time, and that is actually very relieving. I'm a very analytical watcher. And so being able to not have to focus and just let the story sweep me and take me, I don't know where it's at. He was like, is this now? I'm like, I don't know. Is it?
But that was cool because I was right there with him. Like,
Yeah.
is
like,
it?
yes, it is. Oh.
Had me questioning everything.
But at the same time, I think that they're trying to, or they're not trying to, but they've written it in the story to try to like one up themselves from the past season, because there was no thought of time not being linear in season 1.
No, there was. We just didn't know that.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, that was like the reveal. Like, oh, shit, we haven't even been watching this in linear time. But now they're like, yeah, you haven't been watching it, and now you still not. You know, I felt like it's not like, ooh, what time is it? Like, they have let you know you do not know, and neither do they.
Right.
And you're like, that's interesting, like, comparison to the first season.
Right. The last season was very maze-like in the way that they were handling time. Like, you didn't know if you were in the outer ring of the maze, the inner ring of the maze. You didn't really how close were you to the center. You didn't really know.
Yeah.
Until the last couple episodes when they revealed, this is
wow.
this is the order of events. This season, it's been like spirals.
Yeah.
You know, I've enjoyed trying to figure out when things are happening just as much as last season. Watching it, the second time, trying to figure out what the sequence, the chronological order was. Yeah, but either way, like, I like the acting is great. I like what Ford is doing with Will, with the Man in Black.
The maze is for you, man.
Yeah, like,
the maze is for you.
No, the maze wasn't for him, but the door is for him.
Oh yeah.
This game is for him.
Yeah.
And having him, like, the parallels that they've been doing in this season, which we'll get to more parallels when we talk about right now, the Samurai World episode. Yeah. Has been really clever and rewarding, like, if you pay attention to the details of the show, which it's heavy in details. But I've enjoyed, Will seeing other characters or hosts do shit that he's done. But he's still, like, resolute. He's still a badass, doing it, deficit across the whole time. But now his daughter's in play, so we'll see how that affects him, if at all.
I feel like I don't.
What happens if his daughter is the one they made the control unit for and she's a fucking host?
That would make sense.
Then what would he do? Because we know how he feels about host. Yeah.
Whoa.
She's like, she would be like the amalgam of the two things that.
I feel like I don't know.
Would he kill her or would he protect her?
But I don't know his motives. Like, I know what he wants, but I don't know really, like, why. Like, why is this your life's thing that these freaking robots not have, like have inhibitions? Like, what? Why do you care? I
think for him, his goal was to build Westworld up as high as it could go, to be as close to reality as it, I think his goal was to take it to the peak, but now is to deconstruct it. Like, he built it, and I think now he wants to tear it down. But he realizes that it's not easy. Like, the thing he built is not going to be easy to be taken down, especially now that the hosts have their own agendas they can kill. And there's these other outside entities that are trying to get a piece of what's going on, But
that's what I'm saying. Like, what happened in his life that, like, you just want to play games in this play world that are real?
Well, I mean, the relationship he had with Delos' son,
Logan,
and that
the
kind of
guy.
Yeah, that kind of abusive kind of relationship. He realized he was a pawn in the game,
right?
So he's like, cool. And something about that experience led him to want to master or like control the game. Okay. And he made the moves to control the game.
Right.
And now he's holding the game. Now he's playing the game within the game.
Right.
And now right now he's in the game. Oh
my god.
It's just levels. It's just this constantly scaffolded internal narrative that is being played outside of him.
And we have never addressed his broken arm. Sorry, I just want to say that.
He fixed that shit with magic.
He broke his arm.
He fixed it.
Dolores freaking broke his arm.
She sprained it though.
And then he went to a gala where everybody died, and it's been going since then.
Nah, he rolled up in a spot with Clifton Collins Jr. character and
made himself a splint, dude.
No,
you need to go to the hospital.
He opened some shit and it's off camera. It's like
off camera.
Yeah, he broke through the back of the bar thing and got the hidden cachet.
Yeah, I was like,
oh my god,
with the magic
is he a host? He
Who?
Will
ain't no fucking host.
Fixed his arm.
Hell no. If
just
Will's
saying.
a host, I'll be mad.
No, yeah, it wouldn't make sense. But how you break an arm and just go get your appetizers and your
how
champagne.
you get a robot you can have sex with like that?
We not gonna talk about how his name is Will, his daughter's name Grace.
I know. I was like, Will and Grace, just Jack. Can he jump out like just Jack?
Is there a Jack?
Is he a host?
Is there a Jack?
All right, well, let's talk about Samurai World,
okay,
please.
Samurai. Yes, Samurai World. So this is Samurai World. You know what's funny about this is that France was like this guy, the one who's being toted around with them, the idiot writer dude, or he's smart, but you know he's the writer dude. France was like, does he write for all the worlds? Because like 1 million worlds here, right? There's a bunch of different worlds. Does he write for all of them? I was like, no way. Because he was like, is there a whole, like there's a whole team for Westworld, right? They have that map. Everyone stands around the security. He's like, is it the same thing for like the other worlds we haven't seen yet? And I was like, probably. You can't have like the same people writing for everything. Like you gotta hire more people. And then this episode, I was like, just kidding. He writes for all the worlds he got lazy.
But that also means that like Ford was controlling all the worlds too. Like the way season 1 made it seem is like this is a life's work.
Yeah.
Westworld seemed like a life's work, but that was just we were in the pet shop looking at one tank. Yeah. Not realizing that Ford owned the whole pet shop. The whole
place.
So
he owned the whole zoo.
The whole shit. So as genius as we thought Ford was, that was only like a glimpse of it if he was running shit throughout the whole thing. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, they had this guy. Why am I forgetting his name?
The writer dude.
The writer dude who's hilarious.
He is funny. He's like a douche.
Forgive me, but Maeve found a way to fucking tap into I don't know the Matrix or she I think she tapped into the network that Bernard Arnold was talking about. Bernard that all the hosts are connected.
There is no spoon.
Oh yeah, she's like, no.
Was like I invented Bluetooth. Hold that.
Stab yourself in the eye with that fucking spoon.
But like I'm gonna tell you with my mind.
Right. That was cool.
Or my computer.
That was the most Matrix shit I've ever seen. She's getting choked by the ninja. She's like, wait, is that air you're breathing?
Yeah. Right.
Die.
Exactly.
Die.
That's true. Like the fact that they are going through this life and they get shot or they get this, they get that, but like you don't have any bodily functions really. You're not like going to the bathroom, you're not eating, you're not.
Yeah, but like they're program like they're more biology than tech sometimes in some areas of them.
Right.
They were engineered to perceive the world like a human.
Right,
so
right.
That includes pain. Like that's what's interesting about Dolores when she was getting shot
up.
She
got shot and she just kept walking.
She ignored that shit. She did not react to it.
It doesn't mean anything really.
But I also think that that's indicative of how like lost or far into this shit that she is. Like she's ignoring her programming on levels that we're not used to seeing.
So like if we went on like let's see, because on Maeve, right, she's on the level was like, oh, I know the programming, I know the code, I'm gonna use it.
She thinks she does. I don't think she fully understands.
Because she's still programmed.
Right. I don't think she fully understands. Like, I don't think she could just like fucking summon all the samurai. Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, then you have Dolores who can ignore the program. She can just be like, nah, I know this is programmed. I'm gonna keep on trucking.
Yeah, she's gonna force it.
Yeah.
She knows the code. She's forcing it.
Exactly.
She's rewriting Teddy after fucking him, and
I know. Also, I didn't like that sex scene.
But you know what? I think I think we weren't supposed to like that sex scene. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It was
okay.
2 robots.
Yeah.
And we got to see the stats on Teddy.
Yeah.
My man's sensuality was setting at 0.
Dude, he was like, oh, I don't even know how to describe. What are those dudes that are like the friend zone, but not really? Like maybe we'll do it once, but like you're just that nice guy.
No, she literally programmed him into the friend zone now. She literally like if
She's
it
like,
doesn't.
that was cool.
Yeah, it's misogynist. It doesn't exist. It's for people who think that others are property and owe them things. But no, she actually.
They're robots.
She made him. She put him in the friend zone.
Yeah.
And she apologized for it. She's like,
Yeah.
I am the Judas steer, motherfucker. That me.
So, you know how we were just talking about pain stuff with robots? Sorry, we'll go back to the samurai thing too. But I was talking to my coworkers. I talked about them a lot this episode. I'm sorry. But we were talking about how apparently there is a robot that acts as if it feels pain.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this dinosaur robot that like it literally, if you like hit it, it would react like it got hurt.
Right.
And apparently it's been this big controversy because a lot of people have now started torturing this toy because they know it can like feel pain.
So Westworld.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Somebody is, and then apparently he's working on a baby doll.
No.
Yeah, and they asked him like, so is this gonna like feel pain too? And he was like, I don't know, because it's supposed to be authentic. I'm supposed to make it like real, but at the same time, what's happening with the other one? He's like, I don't want that to be a thing. And you're like, good God. But then he was like, also at the same time, it's showing you like, you know, when kids have the tendency to like kill small animals or do that, it's like a psychosis thing. So it's like early signs of that, and you can see, and they're not actually hurting a real animal. So it's like, oh, I think we need to get this kid some help. He was torturing this thing that he knows feels pain.
That's entrapment.
Or it doesn't feel pain, but you know, it acts as if it's feeling
That's
pain.
entrapment.
Entrapment.
What baby entrapment?
Yeah.
Catherine Zeta-Jones
What?
dips beneath the laser.
What does that have
Is
to
she in Ocean's 8?
Oh my God. No, because she was in the Ocean's 11. Or 12.
I know.
Anywho, it's because she was in a movie called Entrapment with
I know. I just want to see more.
Oh, you're telling me. I was like, what does workaholics have to...
Jesus.
But anyways, it just reminded me of Westworld.
Yeah.
The idea like...
Westworld's the new Matrix. It's the new Terminator.
Well,
But they know these robots can feel pain, and they're like, I'm going to rape you, and I'm going to kill you.
Well, the shit about Westworld is that it's plausible, like morally plausible that that's what people would do.
Yeah.
Like,
Apparently, it's real. They're doing it now.
Yeah.
They're real people. So.
Yeah.
Like, people don't go and grant their photo to obey traffic laws. They do not
Can
do
you
that.
imagine, though?
I have tried to play that
Yeah,
way.
we tried. We parallel park.
And you just
You
get
parallel park.
you get bazookaed, or the cops still hassle you. I'm like,
what happens is you parallel parking. You be trying to be careful,
Yeah.
but you're in an SUV. You knock somebody's sedan. They get out the car. They yell at you. They pull you out of your car.
Yeah.
Oh my
They
God.
punch you. You punch them back.
the cops come.
5 stars.
Yeah,
The feds.
because that guy was connected.
But that's what because then they were like, well, what's the difference in my job of like video games? Like people are killing. And I said, hold on.
Well,
I was like, in a video game, one, it's a video game. So it's not a real thing in your hand that like, oh, this is feeling pain. I'm going to keep hitting it.
Right.
And also in a video game, you have a goal. Like, sure, you have to shoot and kill this person, but you're doing it because you need to get to XYZ.
Right.
Whatever. This is the rules of the game.
Right, and the thing about video games, like VR aside,
Right.
which is still very nascent, is like, you know, there's the way you interact with the narrative of the game. It doesn't matter how realistic the graphics look. Like you're saying, it's not like a tangible physical.
Exactly. You're not, oh, this hurts you. I'm going to keep beating you with my hands.
That's a virtual world. What you're talking about is like a 3-dimensional creation that is mimicking human behaviors.
Exactly.
And what people are doing, you know, to it. But, you know, that reminds me of the line that Maeve said to the writer guy, and we got to get his name. He would be so insulted.
I know. IMDb this one.
I'm so mad that I fucking forgot his name. But she says to him, you know, you can't keep programming us to love and get mad at us when we do, or something.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
Like, that's a great line, but that goes like both ways.
What do you mean?
Like Will fell in love with Dolores.
He did. That was so weird.
And then he got mad that he did.
Character's name was
What's the
Lee Sizemore?
Oh, right, Sizemore. How could I forget?
Hilarious.
How could I forget Sizemore? Yeah, but I thought it was great.
But what do you mean it goes both ways? So like,
episodes.
you can't program us to love and then get married. What do you mean it goes the other way? Like,
But I'm saying like Will fell in love with Dolores, but then he got mad at himself when he did.
Right.
Because she couldn't love him back because she would forget and
right. Yeah, she goes
didn't
on with her
remember him
programming.
Right, she picks up cans. or people people pick up the can for her. But I like how in this episode she picked up her own goddamn can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So let's go back to the samurai world where the big thing that was revealed is that this writer Lee Sizemore, he's like, yeah, kind of cut and pasted
A little bit
for this samurai world. So like literally, Dolores and what's his name exist in this world, but as like samurai characters.
Well, I don't know if we identified the Dolores.
That's true. No, we
Samurai World,
identified the other girl who had the tattoo on her face, right?
Well, that's Armistice.
Yeah.
We definitely, she goes, even a snake can become a dragon.
Yeah,
that was a great line, too. They were adoring each other.
I know. I loved that.
What's the name? The bandito, the
the other guy. Yeah.
Musashi, he did not like the samurai version of himself. They were they wanted to fight.
I was like, what? Well, I guess that's in your programming.
Yeah.
What did that by design? The way it was said, Maeve was like, that's by design. You're not supposed to like each other.
Yeah. You're not
why
to.
would you like each other?
But then philosophically, the name of the character is Hesker Escaton.
Hector.
Hector.
Oh.
Right. Yeah, Hector. Sorry.
Hector.
And the samurai guy was Musashi, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we found Maeve was Akane, and I guess Clementine was Sakura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
That was so sad.
That Emperor guy was nuts.
But so that's one thing. He was leaking. So the cortical
Shogun.
fluid, was that in season one? I don't remember cortical fluid.
Yes, it was. It showed up prominently only maybe once or twice.
But they didn't like explain.
It was not explained.
Right, this season that it's explained. I'm guessing that maybe we're gonna like some character that we don't expect to be a host is gonna probably start leaking some fluid,
right, and we're gonna be like, oh, doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, right. We're gonna exactly. But I don't know. I love the season. The last 2 episodes in particular, I think they gave me the same vibe that like episode, I think it was 8, 9 or 7, 8
in season 1.
In season 1, yeah, with the door, with when Bernard did not recognize. He didn't see the door that Ford was, operating in.
I hope that they do something like that too, because you're saying you like this. I like the season, but I don't know. Maybe I was so amazed with
We're only
season
halfway
1.
Through. We're only halfway.
It's true. We're only halfway through it, and HBO shows often do this. Where like the second half is like, good God, what?
Right.
So I don't know. I guess I'm waiting for that.
Yep.
But anyways, yeah. So Westworld, we'll just probably come back and talk about it again in the season finale. When is that?
I mean, I don't know. We're only up to episode 6, like this weekend.
I'm just looking ahead.
Way ahead. We're not gonna talk about it for like a month.
Well, come back to us in September when we review the finale of.
Right. Hopefully, this weekend's episode makes us have to talk about it because it's good or whatever. So.
I'm about that. Please surprise me, because I was not as surprised as everyone else in that apparently best episode ever. So next thing that actually ended was Atlanta. I feel like it was kind of a short season. Is that normally what it was? It was like 11 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want my 20 episode seasons of things.
FX doesn't do that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think any of their shows are that long.
Well, this season, I thoroughly enjoyed this season of Atlanta. I don't think he's ever going to give us something that we know would happen. Or like, nah, that season was good. Like, every episode is its own thing. You don't have to watch it from beginning to end. And but yeah, okay, finale. So what happened in the finale?
On the finale,
what did happen in the finale?
Yo,
like
TSA.
People showed they real goals.
They did. I felt scared in this whole episode for some reason. Well, like they were gonna miss the plane, or
that's
something.
Your real life anxiety.
It was my real life anxiety, or like something was gonna happen that just ruined everyone's lives.
Well, Ern's daughter's a genius, or at least advanced, so that's nice.
I hope she has special powers.
Well, I don't. Well, I was about to say, but it's Atlanta.
She had the invisible cars.
Because Atlanta, like season 1, I feel like it slowly transitioned into like it's not just a comedy. Like you can't look at it as that. Season 2 left all those pretensions aside. They went full surreal. Like if you say this show is a comedy.
Yeah,
that's not given.
That's not.
It's not. I don't watch Atlanta anymore looking for comedy.
Yeah, no. Funny things may happen.
Yeah, but it's absurd, surreal.
Yes. Yeah.
I just want to see what's happening in this world, like with these characters. Like
I know it's Atlanta, but I feel like I'm in Earth 2 of like Atlanta.
Right, Earth 2 of Earth. Yeah, like I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen or what to expect, but I love it. It's a great show, well written.
So.
Don't know what to expect.
Did Paperboy? He didn't fire Earn in the end, right?
I mean, he's been talking about like letting him go, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Part of me is like, yeah, you should.
Yeah,
like you kind of should.
He's not a good manager.
Earn needs to manage himself first.
Exactly. I mean, but I'll be sad if he did fire him.
Like I feel like Earn has his cousin's like best interest at heart.
Right.
But he also has his own best interest at heart, and the two things conflict because he tries to short in on sometimes, and it costs them.
It's true.
Yeah, he's just like Earn feels like the victim of constant circumstance,
right?
Because he's never trying to do dirt.
Right.
He's always trying to do right, and gets done dirt from trying to do right.
Right.
The Pajama Jammy Jam, when that girl he saved her life.
God.
And then she cold cracked them.
But.
And they got them ran off campus.
Yeah, but I can't give
Destroyed their clothes.
Yeah, but I can't give them a full pass on that because they could have stayed at a hotel. They didn't have to stay at her house. And he knew off jump that she was kind of nuts.
Yeah,
but he wasn't the one that was gonna have to butter her up. It was Paperboy. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of times, Earn
full pass. Hell no.
Yeah. But I'm saying Earn has done that over the course of the 2 seasons, where he kind of tries to cut corners here and there. That like he's playing with other people's money. He's playing mad safe, but sometimes he does that to a detriment. Because that was safe for him, but not for the group as a whole.
But now, the cards is on the table. He was like, boy, I seen the gun in the bag, dog. That's that dumb shit I'm talking about. And then reveal, I put that shit in Luke's bag.
Yo!
I was like, ooh.
But
he took the heat for his artist. He put it in he put it in Clark's bag.
He put it in the other manager's bag.
No. He put it in Clark's bag. He put it in the other artist's bag so that people would a headline. And his manager took the heat for it.
I didn't get that.
That's what he says. He goes, nah, I put it in Clark's bag. And then he looks on me, he's like,
oh, that's what he meant.
And that's when Paperboy's like, oh, all right, you have my best interest in mind. No doubt.
But
to the up team.
But again, like
he brought a gun to the airport.
Yeah, because
who brings a gun to the airport?
Like because he's dealing with so much other real life shit.
I get that. I'd have
been like, shit.
Stop.
That shit is gold.
I would have left the bag.
I would have exactly. Look what he said. Throw it in the river. Darius said, throw it in the river. I was like, yo, listen to him.
No, I would have went with Once I left from that Gator house.
You went to the pawn shop?
I would have went with Darius and said, yo, flip this into some dogs.
That's real. Flip this into some dogs. I need another 4,000. So.
Yeah, I would have been like that.
That's real.
Shit wasn't an heirloom. It meant a lot that he gave it to him.
Yeah.
But
that gun was in like every episode.
It was almost in every episode.
Yeah, and I kept thinking like, and there goes to jail. There you are to jail.
Well, not him.
One of you.
That moment was great because it literally froze. They did the Zach Morris for this shit.
They did. It felt like a Zach Morris.
He was like, "She." Mm-hmm. That is arguably the best moment of the whole season. Is that one moment? Everything hinged.
Well, you know, because what the theater thing? You can't present a gun if you're not going to use it.
The question is.
He's like, I'm literally going to present a gun.
The question is, will Clark's agent dude have done the same to them? That's the question.
Oh, would he have put the gun in the back? No, that man was white.
Wait, what? He'd be like, oh no, yeah, this is mine. Silly me.
Nah, he would have it. He would have figured out some other weird hierarchical way to get rid of said gun. He would have been like, I know what to do. He wouldn't be like, I'm gonna put it in this bag because then this dude will headline. Fuck no. He's like, I got this.
Well,
I didn't know we couldn't do that.
Donald Glover used that point to his advantage as the writer, as the co-creator. He was just like, oh, the everything Paperboy says when they sit down pretty much on the plane, you're the last bit of family I got.
Yeah.
You're the only one who knows what I'm really about.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he turns to Darius, does some surface shit.
Yeah.
And turns right back to Earn.
Right.
It's like they really putting you on to. He's like, listen, that's why Lucas couldn't do that.
But that's why it's basically like, so step your game up. That's how I feel. You're the only one. Don't fuck it up. So you're the only one who really can see me because it's true. The other guy had more. No, the other manager dude.
Oh right.
Had more connections. He knew how to work the industry and stuff
and get his guy stuff like First Class.
Exactly.
And a Yoo-hoo commercial. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And so that looks great to Paperboy. He's like, yo, that's where I'm supposed to be. Yeah. But at the same time, when you're with your peoples, it means you're with your peoples. It means I'm not coming up until we all coming up. Yeah. And that's the point. That's why I feel like a lot of artists work these days in real life. Is I'm gonna bring everybody. I'm gonna open the door. Everyone's coming in. And I feel like that's what he was trying to say in that thing. Is all that looks nice and I want that, but I want that for everybody.
Yeah, it's tough to mix business with family though.
Yeah.
And I think that's an underlying theme with Teddy Perkins with this show, mixing family and business. But at the end of the day, it's FUBU.
FUBU.
And they just, that episode was real.
Okay, so what was your favorite episode then in the season?
Of season 2?
Of season 2. I'll tell you right now, mine was FUBU. And this is, I can't. Teddy Perkins. You can't say that's your favorite episode. If you say that right now,
Teddy Perkins is probably their best episode.
Yes, but I can't be like.
But it's not my favorite. No, it's not my favorite.
But
my favorite one was probably the barbershop one. The
yeah.
Bibby.
Yeah, with Bibby. That was probably my favorite one. That was also the funniest one.
It was the funniest one.
But
he stole that wood from that freaking site.
I related to that episode. I was like, this shit is true.
Well, I related to FUBU because that shit made me cry. Francis sitting there watching me going through it.
Yeah.
Because every moment of that was my high school experience. And I didn't realize how much, me and Donald Glover have in common. It was we both grew up in, I think, pretty white situations. I was, you're I'm surrounded by a bunch of white people. And then I'm the black person in class. And, I had a lot of friends of color, but at the same time, it was we all grew up in this little town. Yeah. So I always wanted name brand shoes, and I could never afford name brand. Everyone I knew had Nikes, and it was nothing for them. When that kid says, "Whatever, man, I wore this 3 times in a row." That's what I lived with. All the white people wore whatever, but I could not come to school in the same outfit I wore the day or even that same week.
Because then teachers and counselors would be like, "Is everything okay?"
You gotta wait. You gotta wait 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks to wear an outfit again. There's no way.
Good Lord.
There's no way I could come to school in the same outfit again. It's oh, you don't wash your clothes.
I don't know.
That's what it comes. Oh, you don't wash your clothes.
I related to it different, because I used to be the kid go to school with bum ass clothes and shit, the knockoff shits, the Attack Force sneakers.
That's what I'm saying. I wanted Fila's and I had the fake Payless ones.
That's Attack Force. I remember it was the AFs.
The AFs.
It was the as fucks. That's what we used to call them, and I remember that. But then I also remember later on in school, toward end of middle school, going into high school.
Yeah.
Me not knowing, my mom getting deeper into debt just to make sure I had cooler shit to wear.
That's what I'm saying. You couldn't.
I didn't know. I didn't understand that. Yeah, you shouldn't be getting those Gary Payton Nikes from Finger Hut.
I understood for
$200+ You shouldn't do that. I might just give me Attack Force.
I was crying in this episode. The way the kids treated each other too, though.
Shit was real.
It was too real.
Yeah.
And then that girl who was not doing well, and they're like, "You okay?" Da da da. Whatever her name, Shanice or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing, she's like, "Yeah, I'll read." Da da da. I was like, "Yeah, they gave that girl some pills."
She was the one that got there late, though, right?
She came in late, but she was like ready to go. But in
But
the other episode, she was like,
Oh, I didn't notice how she was later, but I thought that was brilliant because she didn't hear the news that everyone else heard.
"Oh, that's true." Yeah.
So she came in. She was all like,
She was like,
"Yeah, let's do this," and everybody was like, "Nah, man, you don't understand."
But I honestly, because in the first episode,
She hadn't heard the shit that happened that went down.
It's true. But in the first episode, she was like totally like putting her head down, and the teacher was like, "Do you want like? Can you pay attention?" She was like, "Nah." Like she was just mad, which a lot of kids do. But then when she came in completely 180, I was like, "Yo, they gave her ADHD pills.
Yeah.
They gave her some type of pills so that she could pay attention."
Erna had to wear a suit. We didn't get to see that.
But anyway, you guys want to take a break?
Break.
We're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're talking Deadpool. And some other fun upcoming movie stuff.
Deadpool.
Break. Atone for her own things.
Are we back or not?
We're back.
Good.
We're back.
So happy to be back.
We're back with like new microphone skills. I just want to talk about
Yeah,
this.
we turned on the phantom power, so now I should sound like I'm in 3D.
Oh my god, it's gonna be like 4D. You're gonna turn around and be like, "Oh shit, Mike's in my house."
Suck.
Thanks for listening.
I really appreciate you.
God's plan.
Do the bang, put your hand on the shoulder.
Yup, the back of my hand on your shoulder. And I'm gonna ask you what that's supposed to mean to me.
You have power over me. Wow, we just saw this movie recently.
Yo,
Yeah.
I don't understand why Bane is just not everywhere. Like Amazon
Hardy everywhere at any time.
Well,
Wow.
damn.
I'm just saying.
But I'm saying like Amazon Bezos made this fucking Alexa shit.
What?
Why didn't they get Bane
What
for
do
the
you
voice? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
Like it's fucking waste.
You're home.
Yeah. I'm home, Bane.
I'm home, Bane.
You know.
You think this gives you power over me?
Bane, play Alicia Keys. What a beautiful voice.
You
Shade.
were like, I don't think that I will.
The listeners need to know this.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Before we came back from break, I'm
Yeah,
not
you
gonna
should
say
know this.
who, but due process of elimination wasn't me.
It was one of
Was
the actors.
talking wild shit
It was one of the actors.
about somebody who I don't necessarily love their music as much as I used to.
So
All right.
you admit.
As much as I used to.
You
But
admit.
as a person who wrote a song with
No.
my name in it,
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
I'm like, yo, I fucks with Alicia Keys.
No, nobody fucks with Alicia
I
Keys
fucks with
anymore.
Alicia Keys.
Did you listen to her last album? It was a
It's
waste of
downloaded.
my time.
It's downloaded.
Nah. She put out an album that literally was like, I wish I had a seat at the table with Solange. And you were like,
Wait,
yeah,
doesn't
too
everyone
bad.
wish they had a seat at the table with Solange?
Yeah, but they don't make albums that suck.
The Solange album suck?
Exactly. Solange has a seat at the table. Alicia was like, but I can do it too. I swear.
We'll talk about this later.
I used to love Alicia Keys. You know what my nickname was when I was a kid?
Stop it.
It was Aisha Keys. I'm not even joking you.
Stop it.
That was my nickname.
Well, then explain why I hate you now.
Because she made the Girl on Fire song,
Right.
and then that's what you hate, actually. You thought that you hated.
All right, we're going to talk about what...
Katniss.
Katniss.
Girl on fire. Hold that. Obscure
Oh
reference.
my God. This is why he's here.
That's what
This
I
is
do.
what he does.
You could have said any number of things.
So many.
You went Hunger Games.
It's
I
cool.
did.
It's cool.
Shout out to them. Nah.
Oh God, no. Shout out to what? What's his name? BD? Jeffrey Wright.
Dude.
BD Wong.
No, that was his
You
name.
mean Arnold.
Bernarnold.
I told you we had a birthday party at my job and we made Bernard Palmer's.
No.
Yeah, we made a whole Westworld themed birthday party and we have Bernard Palmer's.
No, why would you have told me that?
Isn't
That's so
it
awesome.
hilarious?
You never tell me about the awesome things.
And then we put mazes on the bottom of every plate. So people were like, oh!
Welcome to the
It
game.
was hilarious.
Just ate off a scalp.
Yeah, and then we also had whiskey infused chocolate cake. It was delicious. It was ice cream cake.
Well, now you hurt his feelings.
Anyways, yeah, shout out to Tipsy Scoop. They make alcoholic ice cream legit. Like, if you could sponsor us, I'll shout you out every time we have an episode.
And I will also go yurt at you.
I'm not returning that year.
Not you.
Because you.
Tipsy Scoop.
Tipsy Scoop.
No, I'm
We
telling you
should
right
call
now.
them.
We'll call him. Fuck it. Adam.
Give us some money and we'll talk about Tipsy Scoop every time.
Man, I don't know what they stand for.
They stand for alcohol in your ice cream.
Oh.
That's all I care. Okay, let's get back to business. So, Deadpool came out last week.
Woo!
Wait.
Deadpool 2.
Let's do Solo first.
Oh,
Let's
right.
leave
Let me,
Deadpool for
hold on.
last.
We're going to leave the dessert for the last. The whiskey flavored ice cream for last.
Mm.
So, yeah, Solo. Solo's coming out in like 2 days. Not
Well,
even like
no,
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to see it Friday.
I mean, you're seeing it Friday?
Yeah, with Al. Shout out to Al.
Oh, you're not seeing it tomorrow?
No.
Oh, wow. I feel like that's different.
Well, I mean,
It's not hype.
Yeah.
I don't think this. It's a prequel, first of all. So
Yeah. I mean, they're all going to be prequels.
they're not gonna like reveal.
Parsecs.
Yeah, they're not gonna show me that Lando was like fucking Mace Windu's dad or anything. So
oh!
right. So I'm like, I want to see the film, but it's not like a Marvel film where I don't want anything spoiled for me.
Right.
I don't feel like there's anything that could be spoiled for me for this. So I'll see it Friday. But
That's how I felt about like Last Jedi
Rogue
and
One?
stuff.
no, that's how I felt about Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One, you're like...
Last
what?
Jedi I went to see day of because motherfuckers be wilding online, so I didn't want to see spoilers for that.
Wait,
Oh,
Last
that's
Jedi?
true.
Oh, that's what it's called. I keep thinking I heard like Last Jedi and I heard Last Dragon.
Oh, my
Oh no, I
God.
wish Last Jedi was Last Dragon. It would have been a better movie.
That would have been fun.
Anywho,
But, okay, so Solo's coming out. I'm still only excited about Lando Calrissian.
Me too.
so's the internet.
Yeah.
So is
The internet's like,
everybody.
yeah.
Nah. I want to see Space Maeve, and I want to see
Oh, yeah.
Space
Tandy
Lisi,
Newton. But
and Space Jarvis. I want to see them too.
But that's what we were talking about. Like, we were like, okay, I don't know why Amelia Clark is in the movie, but okay.
I'm
I
happy
don't know
that she
why
is.
Sandy Newton is in the movie.
I'm happy
And
that she is.
okay, like, why?
I
Yeah.
want to see Space Woody.
Yeah.
Get the homie Woody Harrelson out here. Like,
Of
Oh,
course
yeah.
you would. Of course you would.
He's just playing,
Yes.
what's his name from Hunger Games?
nah,
Haymitch. He's
I
just
want
being
him-
Haymitch.
No, he's not.
I don't want to.
He's
Space
Haymitch.
I
Haymitch.
want him to be
He's
Tallahassee.
Yondu and Haymitch put together.
He's Tallahassee, damn it.
Whoa.
Tallahassee.
Space Tallahassee.
Tallahassee.
Space Lassie.
No, he's not Tallahassee. Tallahassee was like, gives no fucks.
Are there space
so
Twinkies?
many no
Fuckless.
He does look
He looks like he
fuckless.
doesn't give fucks, but he's like still has a plan. Whereas like Tallahassee was like, I give no fucks. It's the end of the fucking world. What plan?
He just wanted Twinkies,
Yeah, he just wanted Twinkies. His whole family was dead.
and he wanted to kill Bill Murray. That was his goal.
Oh man, I want to go watch that movie.
Do it.
Just wait for part 2. They're doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's gonna be bad.
What? They're getting everybody back.
It doesn't
Everyone.
matter. Whenever they do that, like it's things you should leave alone.
No.
They
Things you
ruin
should
them.
leave, like Star Wars. No.
Oh, you know
They
this.
can't leave Star Wars alone.
Not to go too far of a tangent, but you know they confirmed they're gonna do Kingsman 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
gotta
they're
re-
gonna.
they gotta record
It
skip
doesn't.
that
It doesn't say it's gonna be better no matter what.
They better fucking time stone that shit.
They're gonna bring Channing Tatum in it.
Fine, give him something to do while
Channing
Gambit
Tatum
never
will be-
happens. Sure.
Yeah,
The fuck?
that's fine with
We're
me.
gonna get 3 more Magic Mike movies and 4 more Jump Street movies
I'm saying.
before Gambit ever gets a trailer. Fuck out of here, my man.
I mean, that's fine.
by the time the Gambit movie comes out with Channing Tatum, it's gonna be old man
well,
Remy.
if
Man,
Comcast buys all this shit,
No, we said we weren't gonna.
I'm sorry. Fine.
We made a pact.
whatever. They're just ruining all of our dreams.
Yeah, Solo. I'm not hyped
Okay.
for the guy playing Han, but hopefully he surprises me. I don't know.
Listen, I mentioned this the last time out. Ron Howard had to stop production and bring in an acting coach
For the guy who's playing Han Solo.
who's got a name that's perfectly almost unreadable without saying something quasi non-PC. Anywho.
But our whole entire podcast is about being quasi non-PC.
This one, I feel like I couldn't say this dude's name without feeling like it was like a...
What's his name?
What's his name?
I don't know. Alden Einreichlich? I don't know.
Whoa. Did you just get force choked?
Did you just...
No, I didn't get forced choked.
Did you just curse at me?
I just made a laugh in Berlin.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he clearly has a German name.
Episode 9?
Well, no, it is...
Episode 9?
So apparently, though, critics like the movie. That's what I've heard.
Well, it got 71% Rotten Tomato score.
So it's a basic movie.
No.
That's only 20.
You know
All
what?
the movies we've been watching have been like 80, 90.
Well, I'm going to say this right now. If 71 Rotten Tomatoes is basic to you, I don't want to hear you call anybody else basic, because that's not even basic.
Okay.
Basic is like 35, 40.
What? No, that's a splat. A splat.
On the Rotten Tomato.
Yeah. Okay, here is Elrenreich.
Let me try.
Gotcha.
All right, this is Alden. Nah, France was right. Ironreich.
And then they want to be mad. You gotta like pronounce everybody's like
Ironreich. Why
black
is there,
people's names
in this particular IMDb photo,
you wanna...
where do you notice the light hitting him? His forehead and his crotch. What the fuck is up with that?
It is his forehead and his crotch.
IMDb.
For a second, I thought he was like
what
naked.
is up with that?
Wow.
The lighting is hitting his forehead.
That's his picture. The other picture.
He looks like an emo. What's the guy that does Family Guy? Seth
MacFarlane.
He looks like an emo Seth MacFarlane
Weird.
in that picture with his crotch lit up.
This is gonna be fun. Wait, Jon Favreau is in the movie?
Speaking of Jon Favreau, did you see the trailer for the new Jungle Book, the Andy Serkis Jungle Book?
Mowgli? Nah, I didn't see that yet.
There's another Jungle Book?
Yeah, we always knew this. We talked about this
Did
way
we?
back in the... Yeah, that Disney was doing theirs, the Favreau, and that Andy Serkis was doing his, and we were like,
oh, right.
the
Why?
Well, his is Mowgli. His is centered around Mowgli.
And
okay.
it's gonna be like a more like edgy take on the story. Like, I don't think we're gonna get a bare necessity song with this shit.
Bare necessity.
No, I think you can get more brutality, more, stuff. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go see Solo on Friday. Hopefully it's good, and everybody's going to go watch it to satiate their Star Wars thirst.
Yearly Star Wars movie.
Well, now yearly, yeah.
Because it just happens every
It's weird seeing a Star Wars movie like in the summer, though. Like, I feel like...
It's supposed to be Christmas,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
I feel like there was no reason for them to not have this movie come out in the fall.
Yeah,
or
it's so close to Infinity War.
or in the winter. It's really close. And you could make the argument, if this shit wasn't coming out this weekend, Deadpool might see another strong weekend as well as Infinity War. I just don't know. I don't know why they crowded up the summer so much with these films. Star Wars should have came out.
It's not even the summer yet. Like Ant-Man and Wasp.
What the fuck else does Disney have coming out in the in November or December?
Maybe they're
that
gonna do
would
kids movies.
Nah, man, fuck out of here. This is a kids. It's a Star Wars movie.
I mean, yeah.
Kids get dragged to these shits.
But it's not.
These basic ass fucking space
but it's not like
battle
Moana.
movies. Yeah, I really did not like Last Jedi. I'm sorry.
I know. We've had so many conversations.
So angry still.
I liked it. I had a good time.
I need Lando and his capes to make me like
and
Star
that
Wars
cute little
again.
smile he has with that little mustache.
Little smirk. Did you hear? I don't know. Like I was listening to. I don't know. It was a podcast. I don't know what the fuck it was. Maybe it was him talking to Stephen Colbert. I don't know. But he was saying how he got to meet the original Lando, Billy D. Williams, and he had like all these notes and all this stuff.
Billy D. Williams had notes for him?
No.
I was
he
like,
had a bunch of notes. He had all these questions. He wanted to know about Lando's background and all this shit. And he goes, like Billy D was listening to him, and he goes,
he brought out a Colt 45, like, this is
all
you need to know.
Nah, it was even smoother than that. He goes, man, after like Donald was talking for like 20 minutes, asking questions, he goes, man, I don't know, just be charming, man. Like, in other words, that's all you gotta be. Just be charming. Just be the most charming motherfucker in the room.
That sounds
and that's
right.
Lando.
That sounds good.
Or 60% of the time. Every time.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. I'm excited to see it with Movie Pass.
Oh.
Not like that's bad, but hey, I have Movie Pass.
As long as it lasts.
Yeah, I got some time
Before it
before
goes
they
under.
go under.
Carmen Sandiego.
I just got this shit too. There was a time I was like seeing movies mad amounts. I spent mad money and now
Got
look.
duped.
Anyway, so yay, Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
It was good. Sorry. That's how I've been answering everyone. Everyone's like, what did you think about the movie? I was like, it was good. I have certain thoughts about it, but I'll let other people go. What was your favorite part of the movie?
France. No, I was waiting for France to get the mic.
I think hands down, favorite part is the end. Is kind of the end. If Spoile is the ending.
They gotta know this.
Well, not the ending, but the last
the mid credit.
No, I'm talking about like the final action scene in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Because you got Cable, you got Domino, you got Brown Panther, you got like
Dopinder.
who damn they did him dirt a little bit. They did him a little dirt.
Again,
They did him a little dirt.
They did him a lot of dirt, but I'm gonna let that. But they did him some dirt.
I think it was with good reason. Look what he did. Like, oh man,
He was no. I mean, I'm gonna let it ride. I'll let Aisha do that.
why?
I'm gonna let Aisha have at it, but not that last action scene was fire. It was just well done. It's hard to.
You're
make.
including the Juggernaut pantsless wire in the ass thing. That was part of this last action scene we're talking about.
My new favorite part.
There you go.
Is it's just the comedy, that whole scene with him growing back, growing back his legs. That
was in the post. That was in the regular movie. That was before the action scene.
I know. I just said my new favorite part.
Oh, I think that was in the post. My bad.
Is that shit was nuts.
The baby legs. He's doing it.
He's doing it.
He's cockshirting it.
Yo.
Shirt cocking it.
I was like,
Shirt cocking.
for everything wrong with T.J. Miller in the last couple of months, that scene was like just comedically perfect. Good God,
It was hilarious.
it was pretty funny.
Blind Al.
Blind Al. Blind Al's probably my favorite character.
Are you setting me up to go next so that you
Yeah,
can just
you
crash
should go.
down? Fine. My favorite scene was the post-credit scene when
Really?
when Deadpool
Clean
gets
up the timelines?
Oh yes. That I wanted that to go on forever.
Yeah.
I wanted him to go back to like X-Men 3 and bolt the bridge down.
Oh my god, that would have been great.
You know,
my
just
God.
I want him to I wanted him to just go back and clean up so much. Let him go to Egypt. Let him shoot Apocalypse in the head so it never happens. And
Yeah.
I wanted all that to happen. That's what I wanted. But
He did the important stuff.
yeah, I thought the movie was funnier, I thought, than the first one. I didn't necessarily like it better than the first one, but I thought it was funnier. Like they went for more comedy, but at the same time, they found a way so that the action scenes were bigger, and I thought cooler too. The fight scenes I thought were really good. In the second one, I loved Zazie Beetz' Domino.
Yeah.
They highlighted her a lot. And she's obviously going to play a big role in the upcoming X-Force movie. When they do that, she'll be part of the main three characters. Her, Cable,
her and whoever lived.
and Deadpool. Well, I mean, according to the post-credit, he might have saved them all. I don't think he just saved Peter.
He didn't save that guy in that shredder.
No, I think maybe he did. You know, maybe. But if he didn't, who cares?
True.
Fucking who cares? Like, it would have been cool. Do I need Shatterstar? No. The idea of Shatterstar was enough. It's fine. He's like, basically, I do everything you do, but better.
Yeah. I mean.
But the main thing is that Shatterstar mentioned Mojo World, so maybe later on we'll get to visit that. But yeah, Ryan Reynolds is charming. He is Wade Wilson.
Yeah.
He's as much that character
When he
as...
signed that thing, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, when he signed...
He said it was like the cereal box.
Yeah, the cereal box. He signed the cereal box with Wolverine on it.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. What do you call it? I enjoy. He's as much Wade Wilson as like Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark.
Yeah.
You know.
Those are, like we said, those are just like the perfect casting.
Yeah, and like if you know Disney does acquire their Marvel characters back.
I keep saying if. We just will it into
No, it's
existence,
an if
guys.
with like 20 Fs, man.
It's happening.
Or 48 billion Fs, whatever you want to call it.
48 billion
Right when
Fs.
the news comes out.
You gotta bring this team. You gotta bring Ryan Reynolds and this team over.
When they do season 2 of Inhumans, that's when.
No, get the fuck out of here.
So then we'll know.
You gotta bring this team over. Let them. They know what they're doing. Like they obviously love this character, and just you don't have to give them a huge budget, but they'll make do.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, take a shit.
I'm not gonna take a shit on it. I think that I thought I didn't have any expectations, and then I was sitting there and I was like, oh dang, I guess I had expectations. Because I wanted Zazie Beetz to have way more lines, to have way more of an integral part to it. I wanted some semblance of a story. There was not really any type of story that happened. And I'm not saying I wanted to be like the first one. I wanted it to be different. But I felt like it was just Deadpool being Deadpool, which is hilarious. You have a good time. You're not going to not have a good time watching Ryan Reynolds be Deadpool. It's fucking hilarious. But I thought could see some of the jokes coming.
Yeah.
And I was not that impressed.
Wow.
I was like, we're just going to watch Ryan Reynolds again. You know, and like I knew that the girlfriend was going to die. I was like, oh, she's about to die right now. And so I was like,
I didn't know she was going to fucking die.
They started having her go in slow motion. And I was like, oh,
But there's slow motion throughout this entire fucking movie. Like,
nah, she was about to die. I was like, you're going to make me think she's not going to die, and then you're going to shoot her. And they shot her. Did
you like the kid?
I think the kid was a good actor. I didn't expect him to be so like boisterous and like such a prominent like figure on the screen. I think he did a great job. But again, what story is this? You're gonna go save some kid because your dead girlfriend was like something about children, and you're like, I gotta do this because I think this is what I'm supposed to do, and I'm supposed to be like really excited to see what happens. I didn't really care. I was like, either this kid is gonna turn into a horrible man and kill people's families, or he's not. And you have 30 seconds to convince him to like not do that. Okay.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Yeah, but
it was gimmicks. The whole thing was gimmicks.
Well, yeah, I see you, but that's the type of thing that's what would make Deadpool do something in a comic book. There's never any real deep grounding or intention. It's a flight of fancy that leads to real life decisions.
Every goddamn thing he does.
Bodies. Just bodies on the ground. Yeah. That's the shit. Made sense to me.
Like, I feel like this movie was way closer to a Deadpool comic than the first one was. Like, the first one was cool because I was like, oh.
It's like origin story.
Well, not only that, they gave Deadpool more of a story in the first one than he's probably ever had in the comics. You know, like you're right about that. The first one, the story was way easier to follow along with. Yeah. And one of the things we praised it about when we talked about it was how, you know, it was a Deadpool movie, but it was such a solid like DK love story. It didn't have to be a Deadpool movie, and it would still been okay.
That's why I felt like they kind of tried to make it a love story again. It was like, oh, remember you liked this girl. We're gonna do that again.
Yeah, I mean.
Whereas I thought it might just be like, not like cartoons, but you know how like the one episode has nothing really to do with the next one? That's what I kind of wanted.
Like a filler?
Yeah, I wanted it to be like, and now here's like, sure, the girl could still be in it, but like maybe.
I thought she played, the Vanessa character, I thought she'd play a bigger role because part one was all about getting her back.
Right.
So like I didn't expect her to die there because I was like, oh, the whole thing was getting her back. I was wondering how they're gonna incorporate her into his world, his narrative. You know, like he's a mercenary, so whatever.
Yeah.
You wanted more from Domino. I was fine with the amount of Domino we got because I feel like the real like juxtaposition with Deadpool was supposed to be Cable. Yeah. I feel like we didn't get much of anything with Cable.
No.
I wanted more of his backstory.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like in the end, you introduced me in this trailer with all these other characters.
Yeah.
But then when they showed up, they didn't have much presence. It was just Deadpool. Deadpool's presence was so strong that like the other characters were kind of there, I guess.
I do think that was part of the joke though. Like
I'm sure.
I did not think the whole fucking team was gonna die.
Yeah. No, that was hilarious. That was really funny, and I really didn't.
They dead ass killed Brad Pitt.
I was like, why are you jumping out of a plane anyway? You don't have to jump out of a plane for this
because of Fortnite and PUBG. That's why they're fucking jumping out of the goddamn plane. That's why they're doing it.
There's a wind advisory.
Yeah, there's strong winds.
Shout out to the homie Christian. We both sat there. We turned to each other with slack jaw and just mouth open like, How?
Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
They
What?
literally killed everyone. Like
Everyone.
Terry Crews. Everyone was excited to see Terry Crews.
Yo, Bellum is the truth.
Yo,
But I don't think he's dead because he didn't go specifically go back and save him. But when you show the other guy go into the wood chipper, you see on the side that they're giving CPR to him.
that's what I'm saying. I think he went back and saves them all. I think he saves them all.
No, he saved Peter.
Right. We explicitly see Peter, but I think he went back and just like kind of saved them all and just asked them to go home. Like, we don't need you.
Thanks for
right.
your service.
I enjoyed it a lot. Colossus had more of a prominent role. Negasonic Teenage Warhead didn't do much.
Didn't do anything.
And her new girlfriend, they had the whole kawaii thing with Deadpool running joke, which is there was no like the villain in the movie was just like this vague,
yeah, that's how I feel.
bald head dude who hates mutants. I'm kind of upset.
Pedophile.
They had a chance there. They had a chance because the Essex house. They had a real chance to
Yeah,
go Mr. Sinister.
they're hinting at it, but it's not
But,
Deadpool's
like-
place to do that.
Right, I get it.
He deserves it because it's their strongest franchise.
Facts.
But it's not his place.
But it wouldn't even have to be. I wouldn't want an entire full on arc dealing with. But like if he had like shot him or something like that, we got to see like the diamond or like any little hint. They have to be full on, and he gets away. Because
That was your hint. The Essex house was your hint.
I feel like that shows up in New Mutants too. I need to check.
Well, I from what I've heard, the reshoots that they're doing for Dark Phoenix is because they got Jessica Chastain as Miss Sinister.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
Like,
I love Jessica Chastain.
Like supposedly she's playing Miss Sinister.
I love her.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So before we go, because we're getting long here.
Oh, one more thing about Deadpool.
Okay.
Please. Please. Like I'm kind of disappointed with the Fox. The way they've handled the X-Men franchises have been like hit and miss. But I feel like they, especially now that they're doing the R-rated stuff, like I want to see like William Stryker. I want to see
like the what?
I want to see
God hates man.
Yeah, I want to see those type of villains, because if there's anybody to take them down without it being too serious, it'd be Deadpool.
I was gonna. You literally like think that they're gonna do other R-rated ones. I feel like this would be the only R-rated thing they do.
This is setting the trend because if it wasn't for Deadpool, it wouldn't be Logan.
Right, and
right.
Deadpool, even though it underperformed from projections that they had for it,
But it beat
by
Infinity
a few
War
million,
still.
by the way. Oh yeah, we knew that it was gonna do that, but it still debuted as the highest R-rated film, like worldwide release at least.
Yeah.
Again, that says a lot. To make $125 million out of an R-rated film, like that's
Yeah.
hard. Like hardly anything's done that. So it's a successful franchise.
Yeah.
It's their best franchise that they have right now, comic book wise. So
But that's why I feel like my coworker really loved it, and to be fair, she doesn't love many things. So I was like, really? Because I didn't like it
it's
as much
fun.
as you like it.
It was a fun
But I guess
movie.
she said she thought she was gonna hate it because they took 5 years to make the first one, and then they took 2 to make this one. So she was like, it's gonna suck because they didn't put as much time, they didn't put as much love into it.
Yeah.
But she was like, nah, it was
No,
awesome.
they definitely
It was
did.
great.
Like they definitely did.
So the thing I wanted to say about Dopinder, the reason they did him dirty is because he's like literally there's like 2 people of color in the whole movie aside from Terry Crews who dies in like 2 seconds. And they have him mopping up pee and wiping up toilets and serving behind the bar, and I was like, I don't enjoy that. I know this is a joke and you're being cheeky, but the optics aren't cool. That was the only thing. Like, after we have like Aziz Ansari having whole episodes about what it's like to be an Indian in a movie in Hollywood these days.
What's it like to go on a date, Aziz? Sorry, that was a low blow.
Listen, that's a whole nother story.
It's what Deadpool would say.
It is. But that's why I feel like
No, you're right though. I get it.
they were making jokes and they know what they were doing. Obviously, they
Yeah.
did on purpose, but I was still like, I
You're right
don't
about the
need you to
optics.
do that.
You're
on
right about
purpose.
the optics. You're right.
We can do something else. On
Narratively, I
purpose.
understood. I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
dude, you got no merc skills.
Yeah,
You want to intern
totally.
here? I'm gonna take advantage of you. You're gonna do this, and you're gonna. I feel like you could take Dopinder out. It would have been anybody. And
Yeah,
they would still
exactly.
had him do it. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
That's why I wasn't like, oh, boo, you're over, canceled. I was just like, okay, I get it.
But,
I get it. But he's
it was a
peeing and then he's
movie-
coming with a mop.
It was a movie where Black Tom Cassidy got killed by a racist by Cable. I thought that was hilarious.
That was hilarious. I don't remember anything, but I remember he's African American.
That's because Deadpool doesn't see color.
That was
just
great.
sees our potential. That's all
Yeah.
he sees.
I'm saying like it was a solid, good movie, hilarious. Everything that a Deadpool movie is.
I'm gonna tell you that I don't think we're gonna see him mopping up anything but blood that he has shed.
I'm fine with that.
The next movie.
I'm fine with that.
Something I picked up on as I was watching. I'm watching the movie and I'm like, damn, there's really no other movie like this.
No.
This is like the extreme version of whatchamacallit, Naked Gun. This is like as far as Naked Gun would have wanted to go. But I was the only thing I'm like, this movie like John Wick made its own lane. Yeah. This is you like, oh, what's that? It's a Deadpool movie. Oh, all right, cool. You're into, you know what to expect. You know what's going to happen. It's like, and you are anticipating the thing that separates it from everything else. You go see John Wick, you're like, yo, I'm gonna see how many bodies he gets. It's a thing,
how many puppies die.
You know what I'm saying? It's a thing that you know, and I'm really kind of proud of that team.
Yeah, that team.
To make your own lane like that is difficult, and it requires a lot of independent hustle, and independent work, and saying no to studios, and bartering with studios, and begging with studios, and fighting with studios.
Yo, when we went to go see it, I mean, they had the Grinch advertising before it.
That was weird.
But the Grinch was trying to break fourth wall. We're going to see a lot of people trying to imitate the Deadpool formula. But I think this is the team that's going to keep the formula at peak performance.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So, yeah. So we're going to close out. I feel like there's a couple things I wanted to talk about. We should do next episode. Like Happy Time Murders. I legit need to have a debrief with y'all about what I viewed of that movie that's coming out.
Puppet fucking.
Yeah. Listen. So we'll probably talk about it next episode.
Directed by the son of Jim Henson, by the way.
Is it really?
Yes.
Shut up.
Fuck you. It is. It was written and directed, I believe, by the son of Jim Henson.
Watch the trailer for this movie so that when you come back, we can talk about it. What else are we talking about next episode? Oh, I want to talk about post Infinity War, what we think is going to happen with the movies. Like, are they going to be going back in time before Infinity War because everyone turns to dust? Or is it like we're going to wait for Infinity War to happen and then we're going to have some cool movies with everybody's back? Yay, happy flowers. Love you. So, yeah, we'll talk about that next time. Like Ant-Man has to happen before everyone turns to dust.
Or
like that movie has to happen. Anyway, we'll talk about it next week. Thanks for listening. I hope you took a break in between.
Thanks for listening, suckers.
Suckers.
long-form podcast.
I'm in your house.
Oh, long form podcast. See you next time.
Peace out. Brown pen.
Darkslim, go.
Oh, fuck.